Hey everyone, I hope you are doing well. I hope you are having the best weather possible. I know I am, and I'm very happy about it. Today we are going to make a paintbrush holder. It could be a pencil holder, but I'm going to use it for my paintbrushes. This is hardwood flooring plank, right? Just simple, something you can buy off of Facebook Marketplace, which is where I bought it. My husband ripped it down for me. He took both of the edges off that link those hardwood flooring planks together, and then he created two 2-inch pieces, and then there was one little piece left over. I didn't measure it. I don't know how thick it was. I'll try to get it measured and put it in the description below, but I used not even a whole piece of one of the 2-inch pieces, and then I pretty much used the whole piece of the smaller one, mainly because I messed up, but it's fine. But I create some miter cuts, right? 45-degree angles, 4 inches apart. So there's two 45-degree angles, one on each end, 4 inches apart. On the smaller piece that I use, it's 3.5 inches with two 45-degree cuts on both sides, one on each side. That makes it easier, and I will have that in the description as well. I tried to create them all at 4 inches like a dummy, and had to fix that with the smaller width piece. I was like, oh goodness, that just makes it exactly the same size as the 2-inch pieces, which is not what I wanted. So I go through and I cut 8 more pieces at 3.5 inches. So you're going to need 8 4x2-inch pieces with a 45-degree cut on each end. And then you're going to need 8 3.5-inch pieces of that smaller board with a 45 on each end. And that's whenever I figured out, like, oh, that 4 inches isn't going to work. So I tried to cut one, and I lost it. And I didn't ever find it. It just came right out of my hand. Don't do what I did, okay? Just go ahead and cut those at 3.5 inches. That was pretty scary. It just kind of, it was gone. I don't know. I'll have to go into that corner of the garage and see if I can find that little piece. Just took it right out of my hand. Those miter saws are, whew, scary. By the way, I am new to woodworking. I am learning, and these little easy projects are a lot of fun. I really enjoy them. I am working on a birdhouse, and the birdhouse is really pretty, but I can't figure out how to do the roof, so we will see what happens. I want the roof to be as pretty as the sides, and right now it just not all that pretty. All right, so here I am taking those smaller pieces. I swear they look like they're like 1/2 inch. So 3.5 by 1/2 inch. We'll just say that that's what they are. They might be an inch, but I'm using the tape up method because I was scared to try to use the brad nailer to put those together. And I don't like the tape method. I'm not a fan. The first time it worked okay. The second time, the tape stuck to my finger. It fell on the floor. Then I got it back up on the table and I tried to put it together, and then the tape ripped. I was so frustrated. I was like, I'm done. And so I just kind of put it in a square and then just taped it together. So not perfect, but it will do. And you will see in the end, it looks absolutely stunning. So it's not like, it didn't work. It wasn't very square. The square was not very square. It'll be fine. So with the 2 by 4 inch pieces, I did use a brad nailer. It was really difficult because they're short. It would be so much easier to have somebody holding both pieces for you. But, you know, it was only me. My husband was at work. My boys were all where they were supposed to be, work and school. And so it was just me. I can't ask Frodo to do it. He doesn't have opposable thumbs. So, yeah, I was just in there trying to figure it out myself. So I clamped them and tried to hold them, and it was frustrating. And one of the brad nails didn't go all the way in, so I used a hammer to hammer it in. Don't do that. Learn from my mistake. It doesn't work. So it just pushed the piece of wood in further, and so it was not square at all. And I had to make a whole new one. So, and it sucks too because it was the one with the really cool knot on it, but it's fine. It'll be okay. Maybe I'll find something to do with that. I don't know. But this turns out super cute, and it's so cheap. So, Facebook Marketplace, not a huge fan of it, but I did find this hardwood flooring on Facebook Marketplace for pretty cheap. And I want to say we spent like, I think it was like 20 to $50 for a whole bunch of pieces of hardwood flooring. And people sell it because they have excess of it and they just want to get rid of it, but they also want to make some of their money back. So they'll sell it, and that's how I ended up getting it. And so I'm very happy with this. And you can make all kinds of stuff out of hardwood flooring. I have a couple of pieces hanging on my wall that are hardwood flooring, and I love them. They are so pretty. They actually came from my own basement because when we moved into the house, there was extra hardwood flooring down in the basement, and I used that to create some artwork. It was pretty awesome, and I love it. Every time I see it, I still am just like, ooh, that's pretty. So here I am just kind of trying to make a little base, which I'm using birch plywood for, and that's to keep those paintbrushes from falling out if I go to pick up the paintbrush holder. And then you just, you know, alternate. So you put one of the, we'll just say 1/2 inch by 3.5 inch, and glue it to the 4 inch by 2 inch pieces, right? The 2 inch by 4 inch pieces, however you want to put it. Glue them together. Make sure that your mitered corners line up. If your lines line up, then it will be in the best place possible. And keep doing that, you know, like let it dry, and then take your clamps off and add another piece. And so you're going to alternate from big to small, big to small. And there I'm just cleaning up the excess glue that kind of squeezed out. You like to see the squeeze out whenever you clamp it. It's a good thing. That means you got more than enough glue in there. Now I'm putting on my last piece. And that was the longest, that took the longest, was the glue drying. You know, you go through all the cuts, and you go through, you know, putting it together, and seriously, the glue drying took the longest out of everything. Now, obviously, if I would have put a finish on this, like a clear coat or whatever, that would have taken a little bit, but it really didn't need it. I think it looks cute the way it is. You could paint it, you could do whatever you want to it. But I think it's so cute just the way it is. Look how beautiful that turned out. It is so interesting all on its own, and all it's going to do is hold paintbrushes. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay that it looks so beautiful and all it's doing is holding paintbrushes. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I really enjoyed making this thing, and it was super easy and really cheap. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by and watching my video, and I will see you next time. All right, bye.